Americans are cleaning up after a powerful tornado devastated parts of the country. People died and thousands of buildings were destroyed. So why do tornadoes seem to be more common in that part of the world? And how do they even start? Matt looks into it.
A massive force, moving at speeds of more than 300 k's an hour. So fast, there was barely enough time for people to react.
This is not good.
Even some of the weather reporters had to call it a day.
Now, as this storm bears down on the city of Wichita,
you know, JD, in 20 years, I've never said this, but I think it's our time to go.
Dave, and
I really do. We've been monitoring the conditions here downtown. So at this point, folks, we here at KSN are moving to our shelters. We are moving to our shelters. JD and I will continue to talk with you as long as we can. We're leaving the radar image up, but it appears that it is time for all of us to get to shelter. Get to shelter right now. Ryan Newton. Ryan Newton. Now, Ryan. Now. Everybody down below, let's go.
The largest and most devastating tornado landed in Oklahoma, a state in the middle of America. It flattened homes and buildings, uprooted trees, and threw cars around. It left a path of destruction spreading 17 k's. After the storm had passed, people sprung to action, checking the damage and helping the injured. Rescue teams freed those trapped in the rubble. One of the worst hit places was a school. It was completely destroyed by the tornado.
I just couldn't see anything, and it was just all loud, and I could barely hear stuff.
Well, it was just thump, and the roof came off, and then I felt something, and it was just raining, play on me, and all that.
While tornadoes can happen anywhere in the world, they're most common in this part of the US. They get so many of them, it's been nicknamed Tornado Alley. In Tornado Alley, hot, humid air comes from the Gulf of Mexico, and cold, dry air comes from Canada. And that creates perfect tornado conditions. When warm, humid air meets a layer of cold, dry air, it can form a storm. Then, if winds hit the storm from different directions, it can cause it to spin into a spiral. That's called a vortex. When the tip touches the ground, it becomes a tornado. You can see a vortex here, but on a much smaller scale. It's fastest towards the center, but it can be massive, and that's what makes a real tornado so dangerous. For now, there's a lot of cleaning up to do.
It still doesn't seem real. I can't even describe how I feel.
But there have been some positive stories coming out of so much destruction. This woman thought her dog had died under the rubble of her home. But then, in the middle of a TV interview, she spotted something.
Oh, now, Dave, bless your little bitty heart. Help me. Oh. Well, I thought God just answered one prayer to let me be okay. He answered both of them.
Lots of people are getting involved to help put things right. But it's going to take some time for life to return to normal.